book called The Law of Attraction. Who of you read that book, Law of Attraction, or saw the movie Law of Attraction? Show me hands, please. Yeah, and also this is inspired by one of the most, this seminary is inspired by one of the highest paid motivators in the world, Anthony Robbins. You know, it was inspired by his seminar called Awakening the Giant in You. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to believe me when I say that you and I have infinite potential. So this leadership training will remind you of what you already have. You know, you have an infinite potential. You're just not aware of it. And teach you how to unlearn what you have learned over the years. Now, can I say that again? I will teach you today how to unlearn what you have learned over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that from 0 age to 20, the most crucial part of your life is from 0 age, the minute you were born, day 1, up to 20 years old. That is the most important part or portion of your life. Because within those years, listen to me, your mind is being programmed by your parents, your teachers, or the people around you. You follow me?
Yes.
From 0 to 20 years old, like a computer, your mind is being programmed by the people around you. From 0 to 20 years old, programs, informations, and everything as you go through life is being put in there. Can I have water, please? In the next 20 years. Your mind, ladies and gentlemen, is consistently being fed with either empowering programs and or destructive viruses during your growing up years. So for people who are in the information technology, you will understand me when I say that your mind is like a central processing unit. From 0 to 20 years old, lots of stuff is being put in there by the people around you. So, I'm sure you'll be able to relate with me when I say that these people who contribute to the programs, empowering programs or destructive viruses during your growing up years, are the people around you, like most especially your parents. Okay? And that's the reason why during your formative years, most of us would always use our parents as our model. If your mom, your dad, or your dad is a teacher, a doctor, or a lawyer, or a nurse, you would always look up to them and say, when I grow up, I would like to be my mom or my dad. Right?
Yes.
Because these are the people that you're with from 0 to 20 years old. Now, take note of this, especially those parents who has children between those ages. Because this is the time that you can really be of help in shaping the future of your children. If you're over 20 years old, I hope you can still do something about it. We're going to do something about it today because you're going to unlearn a lot of things that you've learned in the past. And I hope we can reformat your mindset. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to share with you some exciting stories of people in the world who became inspiration of thousands of people around the world. One of which is a very famous golfer. Many years ago, when he was born, his father immediately said, the minute he was born, he said, "Son, you're going to be the greatest golfer who ever lived." So immediately he declared, when the son was born, you're going to be the greatest golfer who ever lived, and you are going to change the course of the universe. Unbelievable. And that's what he said. He declared the minute the son was born. At the age of 3 years old, he bought his son a golf set, small golf set, and began to show him television movies or shows, not the cartoons, not the Tom and Jerry, not the typical cartoon movies for children, all about golf. So he began to put in programs regarding golf because the father wanted him to become the greatest golfer who ever lived. At the age of 6, he went around the golf course, played his first 18 holes at the age of 6. At the age of 16, he became the youngest 3-time U.S. amateur champion. At the age of 21, he became the first African-American to win the U.S. Open. He's none other than Eldrick Tiger Woods. Mind-setting, positive, right? That's an example. Now, since most of you in this room today are my kababayans, kawabs. The kababayans, my countrymen. Yung mga taga-Pilipinas, sasamay. Yung mga taga-Pilipinas, pakitayo. Please stand up, come on. People from the Philippines, stand up. Come on. Some of you are even having a hard time standing up. What's happening with your central processing unit? Full of viruses. Come on, remain from standing. Remain standing. Okay. Just remain standing. I want you to appreciate this. And those who are sitting down, no? I will not make fun of you, but you'll be able to relate with me what I want to share with you today, and you will say, kaya pala, that's the reason why I am here. That's the reason why there's not so much money in my pocket today. This is the reason why I can barely smile. This is the reason why I always think of the negative. Listen to me. In the Philippines, most of us are believers in pamahiin. Who believes in pamahiin? Show me hands. Yeah, because I was born in a barrio, and I could easily relate to this. Look what our parents or great-grandparents would always ask us to believe. No? When we were still young, especially those who are living in the barrio or in the rural areas, we would often say, anak, huwag ka nang mag-ambisyon. Is governed by all these beliefs. No, just like among Christians, Catholic Christians, bawal maligo sa Biyernes Santo. Kahit na sobrang baho mo na, maliligo kasi Biyernes Santo. The reason why people back in the Philippines lack self-confidence or lack self-esteem is because of the upbringing. Because of the viruses being injected by their parents. In the barrio, I can still remember, I used to live in a barrio, actually. That's why I can relate to all of this. In the barrio, whenever we live a very simple life, but I can still remember, not only me, but our relatives, our neighbors, whenever there's a visitor from Manila, I live in Barrio Lumang Bayan, San Teodoro, Oriental Mindoro. Grade 1 niya ako sa mababang paaralan ng Lumang Bayan. Mababa na Lumang Bayan. So I can still remember, I can vividly remember, whenever we have visitors, the bringing of our parents, pag may visitor, pasok sa kwarto, may bisita tayo. Huwag kayong magulo. Right?
Yes.
So the young children, the free-spirited, they would go inside the room. So they are used to going inside the room whenever there's a stranger coming inside. So they carry that with them when they grow up. And they're just inside. Why not introduce them? They're kids. Now the visitors will understand. But they are there, just waiting, even if they're so hungry. When there's no visitor, all they eat is what? Just the fish. Pitlayan sa Bisaya. The small fish. But when there's visitor, they will slaughter the chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Tama?
Yes, tama.
So, do you develop self-confidence there? No. These are viruses that when there is a visitor, someone, you go inside the room. And then you just feel. I can remember, gutom na kami, no? Hindi kayo, kasi kumakain pa ang mga bisita. Binaliktad na, Even that, binaliktad na, These are viruses. Wag mong gawin yan. Hindi mo kaya. You cannot do it. No? Don't do it. You cannot do it. Pasensya ka na. I'm so sorry. Pasensya ka na kasi itong anak ko, mahina ito sa math. Right in front of the child. Mahina ito sa math. So, in effect, you're giving them programs, and if you keep on jamming here, right here, they will receive that. Hindi mo kaya yan, no? Mahina ako sa math. So, it becomes life. You know, it becomes life. And now I understand, over the years when I attended several, now I understand that is the reason why most Filipinos has lack of self-esteem. Kulang sa pagpapahalaga sa sarili. Mapaniwalain sa mga pamahiin, beliefs. I'd like to share with you the story of someone who always goes to the manghuhula. You know? He always goes to manghula once a week. And one day, he was so morbid that one day, he went there and said, Mr. Manghula, ito na dati ang 100, kasi 100 pesos kada hula. No? Mr. Manghula, paano ba ako mamamatay pakihulaan niya? You know, how am I going to die? So, sabi niya, so sige, okay, tika, mupo ka sa paliwagang kristal. So while he was trying to see how he's gonna die, he said, naku, kapatid, dalawa lang pag-iingatan mo. Mag-ingat ka sa bato at saka sa apoy. Iwasan mo yan sapagkat yan ang dahilan kung bakit ka mamamatay. Yan ang ikamamatay mo, bato o kaya at saka apoy. So pagkalis niya kasi sumusunod siya, naniniwala sa pamahiin. Every time na lumalang kami nakita sa malaking bato, umiiwas agad siya. Natapos siya mamatay, di ba? Ngayon, doon sa mga nagluluto, iniiwasan din niya, pag may bigla nagsisinda ng sigarilyo, bigla sa iiwas. Kasi yun ang hula, naniniwala sa hula eh. So each time he sees a big fire, small or big, mga batong maliit o malaking iniiwasan niya. One day, taga dito sa Dubai yun, actually. Taga dito sa Singsayen. Ano yung Singsayen na bibilis ng mga sasakyan dyan, at saka ano, yung naglalakad lang siya, no? So one day, kailangan niyang pumunta sa kabilang side ng Singsayen. No? So hindi na siya dumaan, kasi sa pagmamadali niya, basta sinusubukan na yung banda niya, basta 100 feet ang dash mo. Basta daw mo sa pagtakbo niya, the good news is nasagasaan siya. And he instantly died. So dinala siya sa ospital at he did not reach the hospital alive. Dead, DOA ba yun? Dead or alive. So nung makita ng doktor na ano talaga, lasog-lasog, he was already dead, they found out he died of yung internal injuries caused by yung rumaraga sa sasakyan. And they found out na yun na nga, death by yung nadaanan ng sasakyan. Ang kinamatay niya, nung nasagasaan siya, yung gulong Firestone. Alright. You know, also back in the Philippines, in America, that's why people are so confident. In Europe, they're so confident, is because they are being, reared up, or being, as they grow up, they're being fed with positive things. Like, if you go to America, they will always say, this is the most beautiful country in the world. This is the land of milk and honey. You know, they're very confident. Young as they are, whenever there are visitors, they will always be part of the family to welcome the visitor. 3, 4, 5 years old. I was in the school of my daughter, Kay. She's teaching in Montessori School of New York. And her pupils are like from 3 to 4 years old. And most of them are children of those who are working in United Nations. from Italy, from France, different colors of eyes of children, blue, violet, pink, red, everything, from different, but they said, when I visited there, and my daughter is called Teacher K, and said, excuse me, students, please meet my father. And every one of them was, they were so happy, they were not timid, they were not they said, good morning, Mr. Ramos, how are you today? I said, unbelievable. But 3, 4, 5 years old, very confident. So that's the reason why as you are bringing up your children, always remember this. Always say things that are positive. If you have nothing positive to say, just keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? In Greece, I was in Greece, and I was talking to Greek people, and they are very proud, and we were seated. I was with the country manager of Forever Living Products Greece. We were eating in one of the finest restaurants right there, and he said, take a look at that very nice view there. It was overlooking the Acropolis. You know what the Acropolis is? One of the 7 wonders of the world. And I said, wow, that's amazing, full of lights, and the structures, centuries old. He said, that's where civilization started. Proudly, I said, wow, you mean Greek civilization started? He said, no. This is the beginning of the civilization of the world. In Acropolis, that's where civilization started. They're very proud. Now, if I go back to the Philippines, the reason why we lack self-confidence, when we invite them, ay, mag-MD lang ako. Hindi ko kaya yung 2cc. You know why? Because of our upbringing. We always look for the cheapest. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not you, the person beside you. For the cheapest. Now, while in America, they tell you, land of milk and honey in Greece, the start of human civilization. Now in the Philippines, what do they teach you? They teach you everything, mostly, that is negative. Like our history. We talk about the fall of Tirad Pass, the fall of Bataan, the fall of Corregidor. Puro na lang. Can you relate with me? Huh? And we always look, instead of something that is big, like big dreams, you talk about, you will find the smallest fish in the world. You will find the smallest monkey in the world. Tarsier. Tarsier? Very big eyes. Like this. You will find even previously the smallest president in the world. Everything is small. Even the song, my God, I was in grade 1. The reason why we think so small, what is our national song? Bahay Kubo. Bahay Kubo is a small hut. Bahay Kubo is okay. Ay, sorry. You know what I mean? I want you to unlearn that. And that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, today, we're going to reward the Bahay Kubo, and you will sing it with me. So that we will be able to unlearn what you learn. That is what is always, is always on your mind. That's why instead of getting a nice villa in JBR, you're getting a small flat. Excuse me, flat. Excuse me. Because I'm used to something that's small. Okay. Now you have to sing with me. Sing Ramas Talong. Can we show them the new version of Bahay Kubo? From this time on, you will not sing Bahay Kubo, but Bahay Kondo. Okay, let's do it. Bahay Kondo. Ready na? Yan. Let's do it. Sabay-sabay, ha? Everybody, sing with me. Okay. Ready? Bahay, kondo. 1, 2, 3, ready, sing!
Bahay, kondo, kahit muntik, ang gadgets doon ay sari-sari, flat screen at TV, Blu-ray at DVD, iPad, iPhone, laptop na malaki, laptop na maliit, at saka meron pang portable MP3, DigiCam, Videocam, Wi-Fi at HD. Sa paligid-ligid ay maraming charger.
Because on your budget's bahay kubo, puro gulay na kain nyo. Pero nga yan, sobrang hirap ng mahirap. Bahay kubo, wala pang aircon. Yan, puro iPad, Android, dapat ito na Android yan. Ladies and gentlemen, seriously speaking, the reason why people don't become wealthy is because of our sachet mentality. You know, sachet is... Can we put this? Can somebody help me put this? Today, we're going to change that kind of mentality. Yes, please. Okay, good. Alright. I don't know if it's the Filipinos who invented this word. Sachet. Silent T, sachet. Sachet mentality. Most of you who don't become successful in any of your endeavors, including forever, is simply because of the sachet mentality. What is sachet mentality? Sachet mentality, you always think, if something is offered to you, you'll always look for the smallest part of it. When you are in America, or when you are in the US or Europe, when you buy things in the supermarket, it's always by 6, by 12. You buy a shampoo, it's so huge. You buy drinks, it's very big. But go to the Philippines. You will also find the smallest shampoo. Even half of your hair is not like this, the shampoo. Even the drinks, 8 ounce, and then there's a solo. There is the sakto. There is the beer. There is the Miguelito. There is always smaller. So that's why your drinks are very small. That's why you're already very happy when you're assistant supervisor. There's a better life after assistant supervisor, and that is manager. Who wants to be manager? Show me hands. Yeah. Sachet mentality in Tagalog, tingi. No? Mahilig tayo sa tingi. When you're introduced to an opportunity like Forever Living, you say it's really good. And what we always ask, because of the sachet mentality, ano pinakamura dyan sa inyong produkto? Ano lips? Try ko muna ang product nyo. Ano try mo? Ano lips? That is amazing! 1 million in profit sharing! 10, 20,000 dirhams to make! Ano yung pinakamura na makasali ako? Always the cheapest! Unbelievable, and that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, today, there's a lot of things that you need to work on, especially when you're over 20 years old. You need to reformat your mindset right now. You need to take out the sachet mentality, because you can never become a manager if you have that kind of mentality. You should always supersize it. You should always think of the fastest way to do it, to level up. You know, from 20 years old and above, listen to me, all the things that happen in your life is already programmed in your mind. 0 to 20 is when programs are there left and right. After 20, you will go through life based on what is inputted in your program. Did you notice when you invite people, if they're full of negative thoughts, if they have that sachet mentality, if they have that tini mentality, you know, it will take some time for them to move up to the next level. Because they don't have that kind of confidence because of that program right there. When you talk to someone with some kind of positive things in his mind, and you say, you can be a manager, and he will readily say, yes, I will be a manager, or I am a manager. But those with negative thoughts, those who are used to being, if they know you cannot do it, no, it's not for you, you will say, I will think of it, I hope, sana, inshallah. Inshallah. You don't claim it immediately. When you're positive, you also say, yes, I can do it. I know I can do it. Okay, and you're learning something today.
Yes.
How to become wealthy. How to become wealthy. There's a lot of things that we need to do right now because we are full of viruses right there. You know, I think we need someone like Rima's right there. Rima's an IT consultant, huh? IT expert, huh? Web designer. Okay, we have to reform our There is only one step. Listen, there is only one step, ladies and gentlemen, to become wealthy. Who wants to become wealthy?
Yes.
Who wants to become wealthy, please stand up. Some of you still has a lot of viruses. It took some time to process the question that I had. Okay, you can sit down. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, one step to become wealthy is to make a decision to be wealthy. Today, you need to make a decision to be wealthy. I will not decide for you, you have to decide for yourself. I still vividly recall when I was young, I already promised myself, given the opportunity, I will become wealthy. I've not attended this, I was still in high school, but I made a decision to be wealthy. Now I'm telling you, if you want to be wealthy, you have to decide that you want to become wealthy. You must activate that magnet that will attract wealth. You know, we are like magnets. That's what law of attraction says. You must activate that magnet that will attract wealth. That magnet that I'm talking about that will attract wealth is by decreeing or declaring. That is the reason why we always want to ask you to open your mouth, to decree or to declare, because there's power in the word. Word is life. So that's why you need to declare it. And that's one of the ways also to reformat your mind. You know, you should always remember, if you are expats in this room today, most of us have take-home pays that is not even enough to take you home. And that's the reason why today you have to increase or to change your money blueprint. Do not erase that sachet mentality. You must now change today your wealth thermostat. You must increase your wealth thermostat. It's very easy for you to relate to this because if you are in an accommodation or in a flat or a villa, you have an AC and there is a thermostat, right? You want to make it cold, you go to colder, higher, right? Now, money blueprint, each and every one of us has money blueprint. We all have money blueprint because we are talking about wealth right now. Money blueprint is the kind of money that you want to have, or the kind of money that you make that makes you think that you're already done, that you're already wealthy. That is your money blueprint. Some people feel that they're already wealthy when they start earning 10,000 dirhams a month. That is their money blueprint. 10,000 for them is wealthy. Other people's money blueprint or wealth thermostat, they will only feel that they are already wealthy when they start making 100,000 dirhams a month. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, listen, because this is very, very important. This will determine what kind of money blueprint or familiarity zone you have insofar as wealth is concerned. First, we are one in saying that you or I have decided to become wealthy. Can you say that with me? I have decided to become wealthy.
I have decided to become wealthy.
Say that again. I have decided to become wealthy.
I have decided to become wealthy.
Okay. Now, 3 questions that I would like to ask you. 3 questions. You don't need to tell me your answers, but just put in the answers to this question. Number 1 question. Because this will determine your wealth thermostat right now. How much money can you afford to lose and not worry about it? You can write it down. How much money can you afford to lose and not worry about it? Next, what's your biggest paycheck or income in a month? If you're an expat, or aside from being an expat, you have a sideline, what was your biggest check or what is your biggest check so far since you started working? And the next question, 3rd question is, how much money can you give as a gratuity or a tip or to a beggar, someone asking, and not regret for giving it out? How much money do you normally give to someone if they ask for, like for example, someone is sick, or to a beggar, or a tip to the restaurant, or someone just asks you for help? Did you answer the 3 questions already? Now the next question, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, is how much money do you want to make in a month? You will write it down now, because that will be your money blueprint to become wealthy. Make sure it is something that is phenomenal. Make sure it is something that is unbelievable. So now, 2 minutes. And the 2 minutes starts now. No copying. Depends on your wealth thermostat. Come on, all you need to do is put the amount. Maybe you're not confident to put an amount because it's so big, huh? That only goes to show that your wealth thermostat is very, very low. Saan ito? Si Osay? Kasi ito? Oh, not everyone, but in Catholic churches, whenever there is like for, for offering, you always look for your smallest bill. And that's the reason why your blessing also comes in points. You have to give your best all the time. You know what I mean? Okay, you have to re-engineer. You have to take out that virus, that sachet mentality, that tingi mentality, and be generous in anything. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to set high goals. Because if you believe, you can achieve. Trust me. If you believe, you can achieve. Now, the most important part of declaring that you want or deciding that you want to be wealthy is you will have to decree or declare it. Now, say this with me. Today.
Today.
Everybody, you can do better than that. Okay, again. Say this with me. Today.
Today.
I declare. That I have. A multi-millionaire's mind. Say that again. Today. I declare. I have. A multi-millionaire's mind. One more time. Today. I declare. That I have. A multi-millionaire's mind. Everybody stand up. Find yourself a partner. Close to you. Your left or your right. Find a partner. Now, if you still don't know the person beside you, get to know them. But if you know them, it's okay. Get to know them right now, because as we go along in this seminar, in the end, you have to know your partner. Know the name of your partner, okay? Find a partner. Be comfortable with your partner. Okay? Taktin niya. You already have a partner? Yes. You know their names? Do you know? Now listen here, listen to me. Do you know your partners already? Yes. You know their names? Yes. Okay. We're going to do some exercise and you need to get to know your partner. It's a law of attraction, you know? Magnet doesn't work if you don't know your partner. Now, we will talk about decreeing and declaring. You know what is high five is? High five, Jules. Look at this, para you know, it's a positive way of doing things. You know, high five. When we reach a goal, we have, when we say high five, try this with your partner. High five. Okay, wait. Now, listen. That is what will trigger the thing that you're gonna do. When I say high five, you high five. Not so hard because it may be painful to you. Okay, high five. Okay, let's try this all together. Okay, everybody, high five. High five. No, you don't have to say high five. Okay, ready? So listen closely. Now, when I say high five, declare to your partner, both of you believing and agreeing that you're already multi-millionaires. Listen to me, and you will declare these words. We have a multi-millionaire's mind. Can you say that with me? We have a multi-millionaire's mind. We have a multi-millionaire's mind. Say that again. We have a multi-millionaire's mind. When I say high five, you're going to say, we have a multi-millionaire's mind. But you will look at him, and he will look at me believing that you will have multi-millionaire's mind. Okay? No talsing laway. When I say high five, we have a multi-millionaire's mind. Okay? We have, okay. Can we try this? Yes! You see that if you're comfortable with two hands, we have. Every time I say high five, as we go along, that you trigger your subconscious mind, immediately declare, we have a multi-millionaire's mind. Clear? Yes. Okay. High five! We have a multi-millionaire's mind. High five! We have a multi-millionaire's mind. High five! We have a multi-millionaire's mind. You try to walk? Remember the trigger. Okay? Remember the trigger and be ready with it all the time. Okay, settle down. Right? Settle down. High five!
We have a multi-millionaire's mind.
You still have a lot of viruses right there, you know? I said that's the trigger, you know? You have to unload all those viruses and be ready anytime. There's power in decreeing and declaring. Okay. You have to get used to it. Get used to it. Even in your floods, you know? Even your floods. You know, when you're eating, someone says, high five! High five! Listen to me. There's what you call, aside from decreeing and declaring, there's what you call the law of sacrifice. Listen to me, law of sacrifice. What is law of sacrifice? Law of sacrifice says you have to give up something that will slow you down. When you do forever and you want to be successful, aside from decreeing, you have to understand that there's a thing that's called law of sacrifice. Law of sacrifice simply means make a rundown of what you do every single day. If you're with forever, you want to be rich, you want to earn 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000 dirhams a month, there is a price to be paid. You don't just pay your combo pack and expect money to fall from the roof. The roof will fall on you if you don't do anything. Right? Aside from that, make a rundown of what you do every single day. On Fridays, what do you do? Set aside things that will slow you down. If you watch TV all the time, you wash your clothes every Friday, then set it aside. I'm not saying that you should not wash your clothes, but not on a Friday when there are important meetings, right? That will help you level up. So that's what you call law of sacrifice. Sacrifice simply means doing away with what you love that will cause you to slow down to be promoted to the next level. Follow me?
Yes.
If you want to earn this kind of money, then it's about time for you to know what the law of sacrifice is. Okay? Give up something good to gain something better. Now, let me tell you about statistics about Filipinos. National Statistics Office says 80% of Filipinos are glued on TV 6 to 8 hours a day. It's like watching TV for 15 years if you are 60 years old. Most of us are glued on TV. And when you invite them to meetings, they say they're always busy watching the telenovela. Right? Now, second, wealthy people spend 15 minutes a day reading success books. There's a difference between successful and unsuccessful people. Successful people spends 15 minutes a day reading success books. Now, if you're with Forever, I'd like you to read, understand, internalize the 3 very important seminars in Forever. Business Opportunity Meeting, Product Knowledge Presentation, and New Distributors Orientation. These are the 3 seminars that you need to understand, to internalize, because if you learn this by heart, nobody can take that away from you, and you can do this business anywhere in the world. Those 3. And if you're talking about books, if you ask me like, what are the kind of books that we can read instead of watching TV? Now, listen to me. 2 books that I highly recommend. One is The Science of Getting Rich. That's the title of the book, The Science of Getting Rich. There is an e-book on this. There's also a book in the Amazon maybe. And the author is Wallace Wattles. Wallace Wattles. No? Wallace Wattles. No? Wallace Wattles. This was written in 1910, believe it or not. The Science of Getting Rich. And the other book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you read it again and again until you internalize and understand those. So 2 books, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, aside from that, read, understand, and master BOM, Product Knowledge, and NDO. That's enough. Do not overdo things because I can see that some of you, assistant supervisor, you try to overdo things by attending leadership training seminars, team building seminars, and you're still an assistant supervisor. Come on, be smart, don't waste your time. Go to Forever office because people do their seminars to teach you to level up and to guide you, to help you level up. You follow me? And if you want to read books outside Forever, read these 2 books. Read, understand, and internalize. Alright. Now, aside from the law of sacrifice, we have the law of attraction. Law of attraction. What is law of attraction? Law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest law of the universe. It simply means that whatever you are consciously or unconsciously focusing on in your life, you will attract more of, whether wanted or unwanted. Now, be careful of what you think of, or be careful of what you wish for. I know you can relate to me when I say, if you declare that there's traffic, like you're stuck in the traffic, and say, wow, grabe, there's a lot of traffic, we're stuck in the traffic. And what happens? There will be more traffic. You know what I mean? If you owe someone money, you try to avoid him, but you always think of him, unwanted. Oh, utang ako dito, kailangan dito ako naman. And guess what? When you pass on this side, you will meet him. That's the law of attraction. Wanted or unwanted. Wanted or unwanted. Okay, so like attracts like. We become what we think about. Everything starts from what you think, from inside your head. Thoughts become things. Ladies and gentlemen, you should focus on your dreams, not on your problems. No, it's so sad to see people always talking about negative things, problems, things that they cannot be of help or that they cannot solve. You know? You have to, instead of focusing on your obstacles or problems, focus on your goals. Do not magnify your problems. magnify your goals. Do not think of of the difficulty in becoming a manager. Just believe that you're going to be a manager. Whatever you think is real to you will become your reality. If you think it's so difficult to become an assistant supervisor, I won't be surprised if for 5 years you're still a new distributor. Because you've just fed your mind and said that it's so difficult or so expensive to become an assistant supervisor. That's what you call law of attraction. Whatever you think is real to you becomes your reality. You know, during summertime, maybe I'm one of the fewest person in the Middle East or Dubai to feel the heat of Dubai. Whenever I get out of my flat or hotel or anywhere, and it's like 42, 43, 44, do I say it's sobrang init? When you say it's sobrang init, it becomes really hot. You say, wow, it's so cold. And I say that, and people think I'm crazy. But try it yourself. You will feel less heat when you say it's cold. Wow, grabe, Nick. You know what I mean? Because when you declare it's so hot, it will attract everything in the universe that will make your, whatever you think is real to you, it will become real, become real. That's why people see ghosts, because they believe in ghosts. You know what I mean? Hindi totoo talaga, even if it's just a silhouette or just a clothes, and they say, it's a multo, and they will see face in that. Because that is your reality. Now, I'd like to show you a video on visualization. It's just it's a 2-minute video. Just 2-minute video about visualization. So be careful with what you think about visualization. This is a video about visualization, and I'd like you to learn from this.